So happy to see my next guest get a fight here. He's going to be taking on Journey Newson on September 19th at UFC Fight Night. It is Randy Costa back here on the program. Randy, how's it going, man?
James Lynch, I appreciate you having me on, man. All is good on my end, and I hope the same on yours.
Of course, man. Life's a blessing, man. Super happy to be here. Super happy to talk to you and glad to talk to you about getting a fight. I know it's been a while. So what happened? Because you were supposed to fight Martin Day in March, and then I saw they rebooked him against Davey Grant, and then you're fighting much later. Was the plan to were you trying to fight right away, or did you want some time off? Take me through that process of, that fight getting canceled and trying to get rebooked.
Yeah, I was scheduled to fight on, I think it was March 28th. The fight got canceled, I think it was 10 days before. So I had already put in a 7.5-week fight camp for straight into a quarantine. So as you can imagine, I got fat as fuck. I ate everything. I drank everything. And then the UFC started. I was very reluctant to take a fight right away with UFC because I didn't know how the whole pandemic thing was gonna work out. Our knowledge now about the virus is much different than it was back in March. So I definitely was worried about getting other people sick. I was never worried about myself getting sick, but that was definitely the reason why I didn't step in right away. As soon as we saw the UFC was pumping out these shows, it was very clear that the UFC figured it out, figured out a way to get the fights on while keeping everyone safe. We tried getting that Martin Day fight, rebooked, obviously, because I'm sure he wanted it as well. He had been thinking about me probably every single day for 8 weeks, as I was for him. So we tried that fight, but upon asking, we found out that he was booked against Davey Grant on Fight Island. We were then working for the August 1st. So I was getting ready for August 1st, and Journey's name came across, as one of the names that were offered, and I love the matchup. Not because I dislike Journey, not because I think I'm going to kill Journey, but because it's a very exciting fight. And I think it's a fight that's right up my alley where there's going to be a lot of excitement going on. We were told that Journey wouldn't be ready until September the earliest because of all the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. So I elected to, just wait it out at that point, wait for him to be ready. It was only going to be another month. And, it gave me a little bit of time to get, that quarantine weight off, get myself back in shape and kind of reestablish myself back in the gym. And all the time it worked out fantastic, man. I couldn't feel, more ready. I just feel so good, man. I can't wait.
And you've been at American Top Team for this camp. I want to say since the beginning of this year, it feels like you've been there for a while. What was the connection to you first off going out to train out there? How did you end up, training at one of the best gyms in the world?
Yeah, I started training out here June. Okay. So I had done the whole camp for Martin Day at Lozon's, and then when the gym started shutting down, my fight got canceled. My family has a house out in Central Florida. I had a vacation house in Central Florida. So when everything started getting locked down, I said, "Fuck being locked down in that cold New England weather," and I escaped to the sunshine. I was in Central Florida, getting fat, just enjoying myself because there's nothing else you can do. You can't train, can't work out, can't go to the mall, can't do anything at all but fucking eat. And that's exactly what I did. So then I started training again with Billy Quarantillo and Matt Royo over at Gracie Tampa South. I was training there for a little while. I busted up my hand. I broke my hand and really, really fucked up my finger, tore a ligament in my finger, training accident. And then yeah, man, I'm really friendly with Charles Rosa, and he always, obviously singing up and down about American Top Team. And I knew I wanted to fight sometime soon. And the training situation in Massachusetts is very much different than what it is in Florida. You're kind of seeing all the very liberal states, taking all these crazy precautions compared to the conservative states where they don't really give a fuck, and Florida doesn't give a fuck at all. Yeah, man. So it was just. I kind of tripped, fell, and landed out here, and now I'm pretty happy. I like the sunshine for sure. I'm not mad at being near the beach.
And what a place to fall in, because they've got a lot of good bantamweights out there, from Marlon Moraes to Pedro Munoz to, Andre Sukumta. I saw his back down there, a little Rhode Island connection there. So obviously a lot of good looks as far as that goes. And now you're taking on Journey Newson, like I mentioned. So you've known about fighting him for a while, so a lot of preparation, I'm sure, has gone into this. How do you feel like you match up against him as an opponent?
Man, I mean, of course, it's gonna be very clear that the one thing that's gonna jump off the paper or the very clear thing when you look at us is the size difference. not only the height, the reach. I think I'm probably even thicker than him. I'm probably going to be bigger than him on fight night, but that doesn't really fucking matter. We see shorter guys beating bigger guys all the time. I think it's a fun fight, dude. I'm not going to go here and say I'm going to knock him on the first round. I'm not going to go out there and say I'm going to beat him. I'm not going to submit him. Any of that stuff. I'm just focused. And as a fan, I'm excited for this fight. He's super, super exciting. He started his debut versus Ramos, and then he came back against, a huge knockout win over Dominic Pilardi. Man, he's fun to watch. I'm a fan of Journey's. I don't know him at all. I'm sure he's a good dude. I'm just ready to fight, mixed up with him. It's gonna be a fun fight, man. I'm excited.
ATT is a really big gym in terms of the bodies that are in there. There's a lot of people training there. Is there anyone you train with a little bit more in terms of training partners at the camp?
Man, honestly, the last probably 5 weeks, I've had 2 training partners. It's been Tony Gravely and Marlon Moraes. I've done all my sparring rounds with them, all my wrestling, everything with them. And, these guys are top fucking level. I was very familiar with Tony because he was a champ at CES. He was never on my radar. I doubt I was ever on his radar because I was just an inexperienced guy. But he's super, super cool, super helpful. I don't have enough good things to say about him. Same thing with Marlon. He's extended open arms, pretty much since I walked in the door. And now that he's fighting Sandy, my build is kind of similar to Sanhagen, so we can kind of mesh our training together a little bit. He does, his own training. I do my own training, but on the sparring days, we do a lot of drilling together. We do a lot of sparring together. We get a lot of really good work, man, and I just feel super prepared. I feel like I didn't cut any corners in this camp. I didn't, no rocks are left unturned. I'm just ready. Everything's ahead of schedule. Fantastic training, fantastic coaching. I'm just ready, man. I'm just ready.
Yeah, no, we're certainly looking forward to it. You talked about, kind of enjoying the Florida lifestyle when you got out there. How big did you get during the quarantine? Like, do you remember how much you weighed? Like something that was kind of outrageous? Because I've heard this from a lot of fighters where they've just ballooned up and then they've been able to get down again.
Dude, this was the heaviest I've been. Period. Like no question. I have pictures that I'm not gonna post until I step on the scale because I don't want anyone talking anything. I want a show. Like, shut up. If you wanna like get lean and get skinny again, there's no excuses. You can do it, man. So like I said, I went from a 7-week fight camp. I'm a bigger 135er. I would typically walk around about 165, 166. I had died the day the fight got canceled. I woke up at 146, so I'm 10 pounds out from the fight. And then the lockdown happened, where there's nowhere to go. I was eating everything because I hadn't been eating all like the good food and stuff like that. Dude, I almost cried. I stepped on the scale. I was 183. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. This is really, really, really bad. But it falls right off, man. I've been within striking distance of making 135 for the past 4 weeks. I've been on weight. I woke up this morning at 146. Like, I'm ready to go right now. The weight is never a problem. But when things are locked down and gyms are closed and stuff, my body's used to burning, probably about 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day. And when everything starts closing and everything you have going in your body, nothing is coming out. There's no output with calories. You're just in a massive caloric surplus. And that's exactly what I was in. As soon as I started working out again, man, I lost 10 pounds in the first week of working out. I didn't change my diet, nothing like that. It was just literally just getting off my ass. But yeah, man, I got fat. It was fun. It didn't feel good, but it was fun. It was awesome. I was just enjoying life and enjoying the sunshine with my girlfriend, drinking and eating and just enjoying. We did that for about a month, got fat, and now we're ready to fight, man. I'm ready to go.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
The same ones as always. I have Joe Lozon, I have Greg Rebello, and obviously due to all the COVID circumstances and how restricted all the hotels and stuff are, I like to have my girlfriend with me during fight week. She's an anchor for me during the fight week, so I have her as a listed corner. So it's her, Lozon, and dickhead Greg Rebello. It's gonna be we got quite the motley crew over there.
I'd say so. How's Greg holding up with his Bruins getting ousted by the Tampa Bay Lightning? It's kind of interesting you're in Florida actually, because they obviously Tampa's in Florida.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about that stuff so much, but I can see him.
Oh, please tell him about it, because he needs to hear it. My Canucks are still in it, so I had to give him a bit of a hard time. So
Yeah, man, I haven't seen him since fucking March like 5th or something like that. I can't wait to see that big idiot, man. Him and I are real close, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him for sure.
You know, he has a doppelganger, right? I was telling Rob Font this. He looks like Blagoy Ivanov a little bit, don't you think?
He kind of does, dude. He could pass as like his stupid cousin or something like that. I mean, he's just a big dumb idiot.
How's this fight playing out on September 19th?
Man, if history repeats itself, I'm gonna get another big knockout. I feel it, man. I feel like I'm gonna open some eyes. You know, I lost my debut, and then I fought in October. So April to October, I felt like I made massive improvements. Now I haven't fought since October now, right? So now we have 11 months, 2 fight camps, a new training camp, and 11 months to prepare for this fight. And what I think is a very stylistically favorable matchup for me. Man, I want to make some noise this fight. I want to become relevant. I just want to set myself up for big things, and I think this is the fight that I can do that.
I imagine you want to get one more in this year, maybe even 2 if you can fit it in terms of the schedule, just making up for lost time.
1,000%, no doubt about it. If I get out of this fight unscathed, win or lose, I would like to fight September 19th. I would fight beginning of November. If I get a pretty big win, took a little bit of damage, I want December. But either way, period, I want 2 fights before the end of the year. First one, September 19th. We'll get over September 19th, and then we can look at the future. But I definitely want to make up for lost time. I think age is on my side. I think I've shown in both of my fights, even with a loss, that I have a lot of potential. I have a lot of exciting fights that I can provide. And I don't want to sit back and waste this time anymore. I've lost 9 months out of this year in the beginning of my UFC career. Fuck that. I want to get a big win. Get a new contract, and then make some noise again at the end of the year. But first step, September 19th, I want to get a big highlight reel knockout. I want to put my name on the map and make this bantamweight division know that you have a true contender.
Randy, always appreciate the time, man. I know you got some a beach calling you right now, but in the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank or any social media you want to plug, the floor is yours, man.
On Instagram, Randy_Costa. On Twitter, Randy Costa 135. And just all the support I get, all the messages I get, everything I get, sharing my stuff, liking my stuff, anything, just tune in. I have a lot of fireworks to be presented in this promotion, and I haven't even scratched the surface yet, and I can't wait for the 19th.